कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामो रम रामो हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरों नितारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna, hope everyone is doing well. Little late, but so last week we started one more lecture. Mukham karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yatkrupatamam vande Shigurondhanataran Paramanandamada Sichithaneshwara. So we started Bhagavad-Gita introduction last week, and today we are starting Bhagavad-Gita, the actual thing. So what we'll do, we'll take a thematic presentation. We'll make a theme out of it and we'll present. Sometimes it'll be 7 slokas, sometimes 9 slokas. With when it comes to first chapter, the entire chapter in 1 or 2 slokas, because Krishna's instructions start only from 2nd chapter. So first chapter is only what is that? Setting the scene. So last week we were discussing what is that? The importance of Bhagavad-Gita, right? It is not only the Prasthanatrayam. It has Bhagavad-Gita is unique. It has its position. Plus, Prasthanatrayam means okay. Let me see. What is Prasthanatrayam? Who will answer? What are the 3 parts of Prasthanatrayam? Forgot.
Vedas, Brahma Sutras, some Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita.
Brahma Sutras, yes. Upanishads, the Upanishads, 10 Upanishads, and Bhagavad-Gita. Very nice, those 3. So all glories to you. So it's important actually. It is said, if you people, Peter says this, Hare Krishna devotee, one of the top tennis players actually. 1 hour after you listen to the class, your retention is only 30%. Immediately, if you are very intelligent, you may retain up to 80%. But 1-2 hours later, your retention is only 30%. 1 week later, it is hardly 10%. This is very important. These are the important topics of life. We want to realize we are not the body but spirit soul. So one thing is very important thing is consistency. Every time our sincerity is tested. But if you understand this is my goal, this is my life actually, I need to understand and apply. And this is not like a what is that particular software that we learn. Software we learn, definitely we can make a living, but Bhagavad Gita makes life. So we should be attentive and as much as possible remember. So the other and the Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra Samveda Yatsava Mamaka Pandavasya Kim Kuruta Sanjaya. This is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters and 700 verses. So what is the problem of Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga, everyone is busy. What is the problem of Kali Yuga? Busy. Mahabharata. more than 90,000 slokas. Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses. Ramayana, 24,000 verses. Where is the time for everyone? So Krishna gave the essence of everything. Last week I told the verse, Sarvopanishadogava Dugdha Gopalanandana Vardhavasa Sudhir Bhakta Dugdam Dikitamatam. So Bhagavad-Gita is the essence of all the Vedas and Upanishads, I told, right? So because it is essence, it is short, 700 verses. If you read 3 minutes, 1 verse a day, you'll finish Bhagavad-Gita in 2 years, less than 2 years. And if you apply, you'll attain the perfection of life in this life. You'll come out of cycle, you'll become free from cycle of birth and death, and you'll go back to Godhead. You know, one of the famous head pujaris of one of the famous personalities and the head pujar of Mayapur temple, pure devotee Janivas Prabhu says, if you read Bhagavad-Gita, if you sincerely and follow Bhakti Yoga process under the guidance of a spiritual master, you will see the lotus feet of Radharani at the end of reading Bhagavad-Gita. You will realize the lotus feet of Bhakti Devi Radharani. So Kurukshetra was a very holy place. It is a holy place. You know, Parashuramji, after killing all the 21 generations of Kshatriyas, he created Samanta Panchaka, the lakes, 5 lakes. You know, and Kurukshetra comes in so many scriptures where it is glorified as a very holy place, pilgrimage, place of pilgrimage. You know, so Kuru, and that's why it's called Kurukshetra. Kuru is the one who is actually, what is that? Ancestor, one of the ancestors of the Kuru race. Actually, he was a founder. He performed a lot of sacrifices in this place. Little did he know that down the line, his family members would fight for the possession of the kingdom. He would not have imagined, actually. You know, so everyone thinks they're, you know, many people think they're eternal here. Yes, soul we are eternal, body temporary. We are not eternal in this body. We are not eternal in this body. So that's why we should not give too much importance to the quarrels and go forward. Anyway, what is that? Duryodhana means a dirty fighter. Dhritarashtra means one who usurps others' land. You know, who is a pandita? Pandita. Atmavat paradareshu paradravyesh loštvat. Matravat paradareshu. Matravat paradareshu paradravyesh loštvat. Atmavat sarabhuteshu. This is a pandita. So a person is who's a married person he treats, except his wife, everyone as a mother. He is a pandita. No? A person who treats others' wealth as equal to stool means a person who is not at all interested in stealing others' wealth. He is a pandita. Atmavat sarabhuteshu, a person who sees everyone not on the bodily platform, but a person who sees everyone as a soul is a pandita. But today, people have so many degrees, but they do not have values. That's why the society in chaos. Direction. So Dhritarashtra wanted to usurp. You know, and the actually kingdom belonged to Maharaj Pandu's children. And see the power of Maya. What is the power of Maya? Krishna spoke. Krishna went as an ambassador, and when Duryodhana tried to bind Krishna, Krishna said, "No one can bind me. Oh, I am bound only by ropes of love." But when Duryodhana came forward with his soldiers to arrest Krishna, Krishna said you cannot. And Krishna displayed universal form. Wow. You know, 11th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, tens and hundreds of suns when they appear in the sky at the same time. You know, what type of radiance you see? That much effulgence, that much radiance was there. People could not move. Vidura was asking, Dhritarashtra asked, what is happening? Vidura said Supreme Lord was exhibiting his universal form. I think I told this last week. But still, Dhritarashtra did not accede to the request of Krishna. Hare Krishna. That is Maya. We all have this nature. We know what is right. But because of the weakness of the heart, Hridaya Daurbalyam, we don't do it. That is called conditioning. When somebody is sick, can they be happy? No. Even if they eat gulab jamun for 5 seconds, a sick man may be happy while eating gulab jamun for 5 seconds. Likewise, as long as we harbor the impurities of greed, anger, envy, pride, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, they're not happy. So one should utilize human life to thoroughly cleanse the heart. That is the goal of life. Imagine your company is giving you a car, and company is giving car so that you will come in car every day to the company and work for the company. Likewise, Krishna is giving us everyone bodies so that we work for him. You know? Right? So anyway, Duryodhana means yes, Duryodhana is very talented, very intelligent. Actually, first chapter Gita, you'll understand what type of intelligence Duryodhana had. Good manager, actually. Otherwise, you know, who can manage Bhishma and Drona together in one army? They are very performers, very talented. No, it is not easy to keep such talented people together. Unifying them is not easy. But he did that. But whatever he did everything for his sense enjoyment. And there is a joke, actually. Not joke. Duryodhana never carried umbrella in his life. Even if it was raining, Duryodhana would go in the rain only. Does anyone want to know the reason why Duryodhana never had umbrella? Even in the rain he would go, but no umbrella. Can anyone guess?
A little bit tricky, Guruji, so I think we can't.
Nobody should be on the top of him. Nobody can be on my top. I am the top. Ego. So umbrella cannot be on my head. I should be on everyone's, what is that? I should rule everyone. I should be on everyone's head. Hare Krishna. So, Pandavas assembled in Kurukshetra. Even today there is a place, Jyotisar, and there is a banyan tree under which Krishna spoke Bhagavad-Gita. People go and see that. Bhagavad-Gita happened 5,000 years ago. So, but Dhritarashtra was in Hastinapur. And Dhritarashtra was in anxiety. You know, Kurukshetra battle is happening in Kurukshetra. It is a holy place of pilgrimage. He knew Pandavas are very dharmic. You know, they are the protectors of dharma. He knew his son is a protector. His son is actually a follower of a dharma. So he had a feeling, you know, his son, dharma favors Pandavas, and eventually they would become victorious. That's why we said, Mamaka Pandava Seva, my sons and sons of Pandu. Separatism. Separatism is a model, you know. So separatism doesn't work. But Krishna comes for a reason. Everyone has to become part of that game plan. Whoever will become a part of the Krishna's game plan, they will become successful. They are protected. Anyone who is not part or who is opposing Krishna's plan, they will be uprooted like weeds. So rose plant is protected, the weeds around the rose plant are removed. So people having bhakti are protected, people against bhakti are uprooted. So Pandavas had a 7 Akshohani army, Kauravas had a 11 Akshohani army. Duryodhana thought, wow, are close to 1.5. So he thought he would, what is that? He will naturally be victorious. But Krishna wanted Bhishma to be on the side of Duryodhana to convey a message. However powerful you may be, if you side with adharma, you cannot be victorious. However powerful one may be, if they do wrong things, if they're atheistic, or if they're doing wrong things, if they're not following regular religious spiritual principles, they'll be eventually let to lose. So anyway, what happened? First chapter, the both sides, they blew the conches, cutting the story short. Bhishma blows the conch, and in response to Bhishma's conch means signifying the beginning of the battle. That's why when we do arti, we blow the conch. Immediately what all the Pandavas, everyone blew the conch. Very interestingly, Pandavas, they had every, their conches, they have names. Panchajanyam Rishikeso Devadatta Dhananjaya, Ananta Vijayo Raja Sugoshamani Pushpakau, so the conch of conch is a Panchajanya. Arjuna's conch is Devadatta. Bhima's conch is Poundra. And Ananta Vijayam is the conch of Maharaj Yudhishthira. Sugosha and Manipushpaka are the conch shells of Nakul and Sadhya. Anyway, what is that? When they blew the conch, that's it, battle has to start. But then what happened? Arjun became bewildered. Arjun is a Nitya Siddha, eternal liberated associate of Krishna. There is no bewilderment for Arjun. But Krishna put Arjun in that condition so that Krishna would speak Bhagavad-Gita to us through Arjuna. Sanayor Vyar Madhya Radha Stape me Achyuta. Oh, Achyuta. Achyuta means fallible. You infallible in protecting your devotees. You keep the chariot in the midst of the armies. So that I can see who are all assembled here to come and fight. So Arjun was, such a powerful warrior. Lord Shiva gave him Pashpatastra. But what happened? See the power of stress. Power of attachment actually. Attachment creates stress. Arjuna fought with so many personalities. He fought with Indra, he fought with Drupada when he was hardly a child, when he was hardly young. Then he fought with Indra also. But Arjuna had no problem, and never Arjuna had any problem. But because the relatives, relationship is there, attachment is there. then fear starts, then stress starts. So very interestingly, what Krishna did, he placed the chariot right in front of Bhishma and Drona. One is the father, grandfather, who took care of him because his father died. So who brought him up? Bhishma. And he was a pet teacher of his guru, Dronacharya, military teacher. When he saw both of them, he was depressed. Akanksha Vijayam Krishna Nacharajyam Sukhanacham. Kim no Rajyana Govinda Kim Bhoger Jyutem. Said, I will not fight. I will not fight. If I find in myself a desire which nothing in this world can satisfy me, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. Wow, C.S. Lewis. You know? So if I find in myself a desire which nothing in this world can satisfy me, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. I don't belong to this world. So we have seen this. The happiness game. What is the happiness game? Anyway, I stopped. Where did I stop? Arjuna became stressed out. Arjuna said, I will not fight. Then I started showing the presentation. What is this happy? We all want to be happy. We all want to be happy. But what are the 4 plus 3 problems that will stop our happiness? That are obstruction to our happiness? Anybody? What are the 4 things that are obstacles to our happiness? Plus 3 things, 4 plus 3, 7 things. They will hamper our happiness. Let us see what it is.
Greed.
Who is this?
Ajita.
Okay.
Expectations, Prabhuji.
Jealousy.
1. What is that you say, Prabhuji?
ఆధ్యాత్మిక అతిదైవిక అధిభౌతిక క్లేశాలు కష్టాలు
3. Wonderful. What are the 4 more things? Adhyatmika, misery due to body and mind, misery due to other living entities, misery due to these 3, they are obstacles to our happiness. What are the 4 more things?
జన్మ మృత్యు జరా వ్యాధి.
Yes, Janmarati Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshana Darsanam. So birth, old age, disease and death. These 4 plus 3, 7 problems, they obstruct our happiness. You know, people are greedy. Sometimes they go, they party and enjoy, right? So 4 plus 3, 7, they are obstacles to our happiness, eternal happiness actually. So looking for one day, one person was searching. He was searching for a ring. He lost. One person said, "What are you searching for?" He said, "I am searching for a ring." Where did you lose? He said, "Can you see that far away tree? I lost my ring there." Then, if you have lost your ring there under the tree, why are you searching here? He said, "Because there is light here, street light here." He said, just because street light is here, you should not search for the ring under the lamp post. You should search for the ring where you lost it. So looking for the right thing in the wrong place. Krishna is telling Mamupeti Kantele Dukhalam Shashvatam. And the pleasure in this world, our endeavor is a futile. Futility, insubstantiality, temporality, and duality. It is a futile thing. And first of all, in our search for unlimited happiness, that's what everyone does. Anandamaya abhyasa. What is the nature of the soul? Anandamaya abhyasa. The nature of the soul is to be happy, but the soul is stuck in the body. So we try to find happiness, eating nice things, smelling nice things, seeing nice things, hearing nice things, The skin is looking for opposite sex, touch of the opposite sex. So, what is that? There is a little bit happiness coming here and there, but we are not getting it 100%. In other words, our search is only futile. And always whatever we get is insubstantial. It's not inadequate. It's not adequate. It's totally inadequate. So you are going in a what do you call? You are going in a desert, thirsty, on the verge of death. Suddenly you come across a gentleman. He says, "Sir, you have water?" "Yeah, I have it." "Sir, can you give it? I'm dying." "Yes, open your mouth." He'll take an ink, one like ink pillar, and he'll put 2 drops on your tongue. I said, "That's enough." He says, "I am dying, you're giving only 2 drops, so that it'll increase our thirst." The material pleasures in this world are like that. In temporality, it'll start at 9:10, it'll end at 9:15. Many pleasures are very temporary. And duality, this pleasure and pain, they're associated with each other. In this world, pain comes from our pleasures only. Many people may not be understanding it. Sun is the presence. Sun is the presence of sun gives light. Absence of the same sun gives darkness. So in this world, our pain is associated with the pleasure. Hare Krishna. So if I get this, I'll be happy. If I get this, I'll be happy. If I get into medical or engineering, I'll be happy. Then, okay, you got into it. I'll jump up and down. Then you have to finish next 4 years. You finished. Haribol, again happiness. But you need a job. Finally, one day you got a job. Haribol, I got happiness again, partying. But you have to work very hard. Then somebody says, if you go to America, you'll be happy. You write GRE. So you get into GRE. You got it. Haribol. But everywhere, the 4 + 3, 7 are there. Adhyatmika, Atibhautika, Atidaika, and Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. These 7 problems no one can avoid. So, okay, if you get married, you'll be happy. Okay, fine, you got married. If you have children, you'll be happy. Okay, you got children also. If you are home, you'll be happy. If you have green card, you'll be happy. If you have citizenship, you'll be happy. After having realized, after attaining all these things, you realize, there are teeny pleasures, but we are not happy either. So, what is that? What is the nature of material happiness? Just give me 1 minute.
Impermanence.
One is impermanent, very good. And nature of the material happiness is first of all, we don't get what we want. Second thing, when we get what we want, we lose taste out of it. We get bored with it, like TV. First day, oh yes, or iPad. After some time, you don't even behave. You don't even believe. You behave in such a way it is not there. You are bored with that. Second thing, sometimes you get what you want, but there is something in that you don't like. You like it, but it also has something that you don't like. We don't get what we want. When we get what we want, we get bored with it after some time. Third thing is, when we get what we want, it always comes with something that we don't like in that. So in this process, we try to, because we are soul, we try to find newer and newer things that will make us happy. Cell phone is called, doll of sannyasis, because sannyasis also use cell phones. And so what is life? I don't know whether I told this or not, I'll repeat again. One of the good friends, Sutapa, he tells this. Hurry, worry, and sorry. When you are youthful, you don't have money, but you have time. You have what is that? You have time and you have health. What you don't have money. Now, hurry, work. Finally, you'll get a job, you'll get married, No, work. Can you come for Bhagavad-Gita class? I'm not interested. Work, I have to prove myself, Health is there, money is there. Health is there, time is there, but no money. Money is needed. Then you'll slowly come to middle age. What is that? Prime youth or late youth. You have attained some money. Your health is very good, but there is no time. Worry. Hey, can you come for Bhagavad-Gita? I'm busy. I have to prove myself. I got car, I got a good job, home not yet. I want home, or I should go out abroad, here, there, whatever, So you have some money, you have some health, but what you don't have is time. So you're worried. So you're racing ahead. In that process, eventually it'll become old. In the entrance of old age, you start feeling sorry. What happens? Now you have a lot of money, and you have time because you're on the verge of retirement. But there is no health. Health is gone. Now the sorry starts. I should have done this, I should have done this, I should have done this. ये किया नहीं, ये कर नहीं पाया, वो कर नहीं पाया, ये करते तो अच्छा लगता था, वो का, मैं सोचता था करने के लिए, लेकिन कर नहीं पाया. I should know, many times I thought of doing it, but I couldn't do it. Oh, time is wasted, life is wasted. This happens to everyone actually. How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, thank you very much. So, what is that? There's a video, but it's not such a great video. We'll go forward. So, what happened? Arjuna, he was bewildered. Arjuna was bewildered. He doesn't know what to do. Then he said he was distressed, depressed. Skin was burning out, mouth was drying up, and he was seeing only misfortune. I'm sorry. So he said, I will not fight. And I'm unable to stand here any longer. I'm forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. I see only the cause of misfortune of Krishna, killer of Kesi demon. Keshava. I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. So Krishna said, Arjuna was depressed, and I want everyone to please hear. When somebody is stressed out, different people react in different way. If you're like a potato-like person, you perform things normally. But when you're under stress, like put a potato and put a weight on this, done. Potato is crushed. People will be crushed. Some people are crushed under the stress. And if you put cotton and put a weight on that stress, cotton becomes very hard. Life's lessons. That's why if you see some people, they're very good by nature. But over a period of time, because of the problems in their life, they become very hard. They don't believe anyone. They don't trust anyone. Yes, that's it. They're tough people to deal with. But spices, herbs. So if you spices, if you put pressure on them, and they are crushed, and the good smell comes out. That's why, like, and if you see in our homes, the mothers, they grind the spices. When they grind the spices, the good smell comes out. So some people, when they're under stress, they're like candles. They burn themselves and give light to others. So they really, stress is very good for those people. who have this nature of helping others. In other words, for them stress is a boon. Not only for them, for the rest of the world also. If they're under stress, great things come out. So anyway, what is that? Arjuna, what is that? Arjuna now is stressed out. So what he did? I was so overwhelmed with grief. That is 31 to 42 verses. And Arjuna gives 5 reasons. These are very important. Arjuna gives 5 reasons for not fighting. So, the first chapter essence is these 5 reasons. First chapter essence is actually, if you really listen to Arjuna's 5 reasons for not fighting, and if you don't read Bhagavad-Gita, you say Arjuna is right. You say Arjuna is right. But Krishna addressed the same problem on the higher level. Krishna addresses the same problem on a higher level. Then Arjuna's reasons, they're all handled. Arjuna is satisfied. Arjuna is convinced. And Arjuna agrees to fight. So Krishna does not use his position as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna uses his position as a friend. And Krishna uses his position as a friend. Rather than putting pressure on Arjuna, Krishna gives all the reasons why he should fight. But one of the reasons I like Bhagavad-Gita is, at the end it says, Arjuna, I told you what I'm supposed to tell you. Now you do whatever you want to do. Now I'm supposed to tell you all the chapters I told you what you're supposed to. Battle is going to happen. Now you decide whether you want to be part of it or not. Now you do whatever you want to do. Arjuna said, Arjuna used his intelligence. Arjuna used his intelligence to serve Krishna. One time I went to Minneapolis for a program. And
it's not exactly the same.
Just give me 1 minute. So, what is that? Yatechisi tadhakuru. You do whatever you want to do. One person who read Gita said, what is the verse you like most? Krishna is telling you do whatever you want to do. That is not the ultimate verse of Bhagavad-Gita. So then one day I went to Minneapolis and the program was about to start. So I had 5 to 10 minutes gap. I really do not know what to do. So many, books. What I did, I picked up a book, randomly I picked up one book, and I opened exactly like this. And I read one line. It was a book written by Mahavishnu Maharaj, who left this world in 2010, one of the great sannyasis of ISKCON. He says everyone wants Krishna to be on their side. But nobody wants to be on God's side, Krishna's side. My Lord, I come to your temple, give me this. Give me a job. Give me, what is my children, good education, wealth. Give safety and security for our family. All give. So everyone wants Krishna to be on their side. But nobody wants to be on Krishna's side. It's very difficult to find even one person, my Lord, yes, I'm with you. I want to execute your will, not my will. How many people in this world want to be on Krishna's side? Wow. Even Arjuna was, defaulting on his position. He's telling and not understanding that Krishna wants this war to happen. He was actually, He's telling, I'll not fight. Of course, Krishna had to position as temple president and honor him. Rather, temple president will come down to his level and say, Prabhu, these are the reasons why you should do this job. Pot washing, are going to, or bring the groceries. So likewise, Krishna, not using his position as Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is using his position as a friend. He tried, to convince Arjuna by giving instructions in 18 chapters. But what is the beauty of Bhagavad-Gita? Krishna gave that free will still to Arjuna. And very interestingly, Arjuna was glorified because Arjuna used his intelligence in Krishna's service. When Krishna said, you do whatever you want to do, Arjuna said, no, my lord, Nashtamo Hospital. My illusion is dispelled. Hello? So then Arjuna said, I will do whatever you want to do. Karishya Vachanantava. So okay, now let us see. We still have time. What are the 5 reasons Arjuna gives for not fighting? Can somebody read them? One after another?
Hare Krishna,
Compassion,
Prabhuji.
happiness,
Destruction of family and society. Sinful reactions.
And there is one more. What is that?
Compassion.
No, compassion is there.
Good arguments.
No. Actually, no. In Bhakti tradition in ISKCON, we don't speculate. There's a thumb rule. We should not do the guesswork. So because of these 4 reasons, the 5th one is indecision. Arjuna could not decide whether he should fight or not. So the first one is compassion. Second one is happiness, which is not a great reason. Third one is destruction of family and society. And fourth one is sinful actions. These are very important. Arjuna is giving reasons. If I do these things, future will be affected. Future generations will be affected. Ancestors will be affected. There won't be any culture at all. The mankind will be affected. And at the end he says, I am also affected. So what is the first one? Compassion. These are all my relatives. This is my grandfather. I played on his lap in my childhood. This is my teacher. And I was his pet student. And he taught me all the great things. What he did not teach Ashwatthama, he taught me. So, so compassion. And when Arjuna saw that Krishna, they are getting ready to fight. And in 15 minutes, many people will die. Why can't I understand? He felt sorry for them. Compassion. But Prabhupada writes in the first chapter, compassion on the body level is a sign of ignorance. If you show compassion only for body, that is ignorance. Hare Krishna. If you just meditate on this one line, it will change your life actually. A person who shows compassion on the level of body is a sign of ignorance, Prabhupada says. If you just take care of body only, no, we need to take care of soul also. So one person was drowning, then one person jumped in the water and brought his coat. If you bring his coat out and he showed it to relatives, will the relatives be happy? Relatives are, they won't. Why? They want the actual person. So what is the moral? Moral is we should not be worried just for the bodies. We should be worried for the souls also. So today, what is that? Prabhupada calls this civilization soul-killing civilization. Universities, many times parents, they don't know what is good for the children actually. The Indians, they want, they would definitely want their children to have some experience with spirituality, Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mantra meditation, reading Gita. But this is like little bit only, not so much. Why? They want a Bhagavad-Gita or chanting of the holy name and Mahamantra meditation. Everything should support their career. It's like a secondary. What is the primary? Career. So my children should have a good career, good relationships. They should have good money, and they should not quarrel with their spouse. For all these things to happen, they should have spirituality. Like a cilantro and khichdi. You sprinkle right a little bit. Hare Krishna. How many of you agree? Somebody becomes serious a little bit. Oh, no. Don't become so serious. 1, 2 rounds, fine. So, compassion. Compassion is a wonderful quality, but if you show only to the body, that is a sign of ignorance. Remember when we were discussing this, who am I, the science of soul, there I said, this is a cage polishing civilization. We remember the story of cage and parrot. So today, we take good care of cage like body, but ignore the source, parrot like soul. Whoever we are, whatever we are, we should know who we are. Yasmin vijnate sarvametam vijnatam bhavati. The goal of human life is to realize we are not the body but a spirit soul. But today universities are telling you this body, enjoy. Parents are telling you this body, enjoy. Everyone is telling you this body, enjoy. That's why there is a saying, we live as though we'll never die, and we'll die as though we never lived. Hare Krishna. It's very important. Yasmin vijnate sarvametam vijnatam bhavati. The goal of human life is to realize God. We should know our relationship with God, Krishna. So I have a question for everyone. One boy is lost in the road, lost in the streets of New York, let us say. And one person gives food to him, another person gives medicine to him, third person gives him clothing, maybe some, sweaters, jacket. But you give the boy, you find out his parents' details, you track his father's phone number, and drop the boy back to the father. They all did service, but medicine. Hare Krishna.
I can print something, right? Yeah. Oh. Maybe.
Just give me 1
Can I
minute.
do something?
Hello?
One minute. Thank you. Jayadip Maharaj came to my room.
It's coming probably. It's done.
No, he already came.
Coming here?
No, the next one.
Because that is it.
Oh, yeah. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I'm in a different place. So, so can everyone hear?
Yes,
Yes, Prabhuji, Nawaz.
So, what is that? The first reason is compassion. If you show compassion only for the body, that is sign of ignorance. Actually, Krishna spoke Bhagavad-Gita to us to bring us out of this ignorance. Hare Krishna. Very important. Mother thinks or father thinks, I am this body. The daughter or son I have, they are also bodies. They should eat nicely. They should sleep nicely. They should mate nicely. They should defend nicely. Hare Krishna. I know parents, heard when children, when in the college, when they'll try to learn Bhagavad Gita, why are you learning Bhagavad Gita now? You should do it at the age of 70. That time you can lead the life dynamically. When you're old, where is the dynamism? Go to movie. So in other words, parents are telling, I'm this body, you're also this body. And Bhagavad Gita is not needed. Bhakti is not needed. That is gross ignorance, Hare Krishna. So compassion should be, that's why I said if you are rescuing only jacket, but if you allow the man to drown, do people appreciate it? Definitely not. You rescue the person also. That's why gopis, they say in the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, what is rescuing the soul? Even if you become a multi-millionaire, but in the next lifetime, one is you're becoming a dog or a cat or a tree, then what is the use of this money? Hare Krishna. The real compassion is for soul. Soul means give Krishna to them. Speak about Krishna. That is purifying that purifies them, that purifies us. Tavakatamritam tapta jivanam kavibiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam srimatatam bhuvigrunanti yaburidachanam. Who is the real welfare worker? Gopis are telling that person who discusses, who speaks about your narrations. Nama Rupa Guna Leela, who chants your name, who describes your, who describes your qualities, characteristics, who describes, that person who glorifies you and your pastimes, your little, oh Krishna, he's a true welfare worker. Why? Krishna, your stories are nectar. And they're very purifying. Kalmashapo, it'll remove the impurities. Parikshit Maharaj says this. What is the advantage of listening Krishna Katha? It'll purify your heart. It'll build relationships with others. You can make new connections with devotees. It'll bring you out of cycle of birth and death. Shravana Mangalam, it's very auspicious. It is auspicious for the whole mankind. Today, quarrel. So much quarrel. But Krishna Katha is a unifying factor. It is very auspicious. We are hearers. They open the bhakti account and one day they'll go back to Godhead. Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. So the person who is actually venturing to broadcast Krishna's glories, Bhuvi Grunantiye Bhuridachana, he is a true welfare worker. Why? He is actually showing compassion not just to the body but a soul. When somebody comes, when somebody is hungry, we don't tell you are not this body but soul. We give them prasad and we speak Krishna Katha. We have actually, food for life in 120 countries. 20 years ago, they were displaying every 1 second, 6 seconds, one plate. I don't know the statistics now. So compassion should be shown on the soul also. Parents should take it as should take it as a lesson and impart spiritual education to children. That is a prerogative. Kapil, what is the name of our Rishabdev says, no, one should not become parents, one should not become husband, one should not become a guru, unless someone can deliver his or her dependence. Sampritya mrityam pitana sasya na jananina sasya. So we have the response. If you're parents, you should have the moral responsibility to deliver the children. Your husband, you have the moral responsibility to deliver the spouse. You're a guru, you have the moral responsibility to deliver the disciples. So second reason Arjuna gives is not so great. Happiness, These are all my relatives. Whom can I tell? Every time I win the war, I tell my friends, I went to that war, it went on very well. They will listen, I speak. Acha lagta hai. You feel good. But they won't be there. This is what happens actually. In the youth, you're always surrounded with your family members. Slowly, one by one, they pass away. You become lonely and you leave the world. But have Krishna in your hand. If you run in your life alone, it's called race. If you run with Krishna's hand in your hand, it's called grace. So, watch is there $5 also. Rolex watch is there $10,000 also. What is the difference? Show. You want to show others, so you're happy. When people are not there to show, then where is the happiness? How many of you agree? Why Rolex watch? Why is it $10,000? And why people buy? They want to show others. They have the affordability. They are rich. Otherwise, you need $5 car, you need a watch for $5. That's enough because it serves the purpose. Dikhana hai. You want to show others. Now, this famous Jim Carrey, he says this. We want to show others we are happy, whether we are happy or not. We buy a car and show we are happy. And to others, we are happy, we have a car. People take loans and buy homes and they show others. We have a big home, we are happy, even though they are miserable. What is this world? I don't know how many of you played in your childhood the game business. So you'll give some fake currency, children play, they'll buy post office, they'll buy, airport, and they'll buy different cities. You'll play for 3-4 hours. And the father or mom comes and says, don't, no, you have to close everything, you have to, tomorrow you have exams. Then by the time, you acquired some money, some papers. And you put everything in the box and go away. I'm sure you all played chess game. What is the great thing with chess game? How many of you played chess game? Anybody?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
What is
Prabhuji.
What is the great thing with chess game? Whether you're a minister, whether you're a king, whether you're a pawn or an elephant, end of the game, everyone will go into the box only. Same box. So likewise, in this world, what are the position that we hold? End of the game, everyone has to go to the box only. One day I was walking in New York City, and I was just passing, I was just passing by the side of the road. I saw some tombs. I started reading it. New York Mayor 1914-18, another mayor 1822, 1918 to 1922. Wow, and this person. So they're all mayors, but who cares? So happiness, material happiness is not real happiness. Isam sparsaja bhoga dukkha yona evate adyantavanta kauntena teshamte buddha. Arjuna, the material pleasures, in contact with sense objects, sensual pleasures, our senses, when they come in contact with sense objects, there is some happiness. But it has a beginning and Arjuna. Adi Anta. Oh, Arjuna, it has a beginning and it starts at 9:20, it ends at 9:30, 10 minutes. So, but Adi Anta Vanta Kavante Nateshunam. So it is the cause of your suffering, this tiny 10 minutes pleasure. So people who are intelligent, they don't take pleasure in the sensual happiness or sense objects. Real happiness, spiritual happiness. So Arjuna's second reason was not so great because with whom can I share all my successes? These are my friends, they won't be there at all. So next week we'll see third, fourth, and fifth. Anyone has any question or comment? So far what we discussed. Today we discussed
Guruji, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, I can hear. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to know that even Buddha had taught the same thing, that whatever the problems what we have in future, it is because of the desires what we have.
Okay.
Right. So my question is that the desires are quite natural for human beings.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we bring our desires down?
Okay, you quoted the word Buddha actually. I don't know what you did. Buddhist philosophy says asunya. You have to become nothing. So Prabhupada says, so what it means? So nirvana means you should become nothing. Prabhupada says something can never come from nothing. In other words, you have a cataract. So some doctor says remove the eyes. Cataract is gone. That is not the solution. You have to remove the cataract. So the point is, Bhagavad-Gita says, or Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavad-Gita Krishna says, remove the cataract. You made a nice point. Yes, soul is full of desires. Soul is very active. Soul's desire should be purified. Today we want to enjoy. That is our desire. So you dovetail the desire. You find happiness in Krishna's service. I want to eat gulab jamun, offer it to Krishna and eat. You want to eat gulab jamun, no problem. But earlier you are doing that. Let me, I. There are two words Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kama, prema. What is the difference? Atmendriya, priti, taravancha vale kama. What is kama? I want to satisfy my senses. My tongue, my nose, my skin, my ears, my eyes. That is lust. What is prema? Krishnendriya priti, ichchadhare prema nama. If you try to satisfy Krishna's senses, that is the prema. So you orient your life in such a way, you serve Krishna. Serve God. We say Krishna. So then your desires are purified. Okay, then you say, when I serve somebody, how will I be happy? Prabhupada says, if you serve the king, emperor, as a servant, And a king is happy, king servant is also happy, because whatever king has, king servant gets it. So purify your desire. If you serve, this is my husband, my wife, my kids, and you serve them, that'll create bondage. Not out your family, but given by Krishna. Krishna given wife and kids. Krishna given family. Let me serve them. Because Krishna is there, that will cause a liberation. I want to eat gulab jamun, fine. Make gulab jamun, but Krishna is there. Yajnardat karma nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. It will cause bondage if you do things for yourself. Then all right, make gulab jamun, offer it to Krishna, it will become prasad. You eat it, it will purify your heart. It will, it's very nourishing, it's very satisfying to the tongue. And it increases your bhakti. So purify your desire. What is that? You as a devotee, when you become a devotee, your desires, your living becomes simple. You don't need a Rolex watch, but you need a watch to get up early morning to chant your rounds. So what is the Vedic motto of Vedic culture? Simple living and high thinking. So if you purify your desire, if you get married and give birth to children, Krishna says, that is me. Kamosme vartar shabba. So when you do things for Krishna's pleasure, you are happy, Krishna is happy, you are liberated. When you do things only for yourself, where Krishna is not there, you are bound, other persons are bound, everyone is bound. That will continue, that will make you continue cycle of birth and death. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Now we have a computer, others have computer, but I use my computer for Krishna in Krishna service. We have a microphone, I also have cell phone, but I utilize in Krishna service. So if you take care of your family members, thinking this is my son, my husband, my wife, my, create bondage. But if you serve them, this is Krishna given gift. Manayeva manushanam karana bandha moksha. Amrita Upanishad says this. Mind is the reason for bondage, mind is the reason for liberation. But when you bring Krishna's factor, if you Krishna is your relationship, first of all, there will be a better relationship. Second thing, the relationship is spiritualized, Krishnaized. That is good for them and for you. That is what is called purification of desire. So by the concept of, one time I said this, offering food to Krishna, installing Krishna and offering food to Krishna, your 9 to 5 job becomes bhakti. Your friends are working, you're working. But your work is Bhakti Yoga, their work is karma, just active reaction, they'll get reaction. But yours is a Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. Any other question or comment?
Which type of stress Arjuna belongs to, out of potato or cotton or spice?
Initially, Arjuna behaved like a potato. Of course, Arjuna plays the role of a conditioned soul. But Arjuna is not conditioned soul, as I said in the beginning. So Arjuna was depressed. He was actually cracking down. He was breaking down. What is that? Yapadascha sarirame romaharshas jayase. Romaharshasta harshas jayati. So, Gandiva was slipping down from my hands. My skin is burning out. I see all the inauspiciousness of Arjuna Krishna. So it means he is acting like a potato. But Krishna did 1.5 hour counseling to Arjuna. He didn't give any project medicine to him. Then Arjuna became normal. Counseling he did. Counseling is one of the means, solutions for stress. And actually Arjuna became normal and he fought. And so Krishna later, when he recovered from stress, he did what Krishna wanted. But initially acted as a potato. Okay? Does it answer your question?
Yes.
Any other question or comment?
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Please.
Prabhuji, see, there are many religions across the world, like Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and other things. Everybody is fighting for their own supremacy. Where did all these religions have come from? When God is one, He should be one for
Hello?
everyone. Every other religion also existence, like different religions. Like Chinese have, there is no religion at all. That is my doubt, Guruji.
So you said, I mean, you broke a little bit. I couldn't hear. But anyway, what is that? You said Christianity, Judaism, and they're all their God is one. When God is one, why all the religions came out, right?
Yes, Guruji, exactly.
Actually, up to Maharaj Parikshit, the whole world was ruled by Indian emperors. You know, Maharaj Parikshit's son is Janmejaya. I think after Janmejaya, something, there is actually maybe some earthquake. Turkey is the one that connects Asia to Europe. You know, so likewise, somewhere after this Parikshit and Janmejaya, some natural calamity might have happened, must have happened, and there is a disconnection. Probably one generation, people come to America. You know, some Indians, when they come to America, they are not at all. They try to imitate American what is that? Capitalism. So they try to behave like Americans. They try trying to eat with fork, spoon and fork, and spoon and fork, and they try to what is that? They try to like imitate Western culture, total giving up Indian culture. So then what happens? Their children, they're totally American. They know nothing about Indian culture. So it all takes one generation. If one generation doesn't follow, then the disconnection happens. In fact, you can see the same thing in India also. So though if your parents are materialistic, children would know nothing. That's how you lose. So that's all what happened. There was a disconnection, and there were these different continents of the world were disconnected from Vedic culture. So, but Krishna, what is that? Krishna is very merciful. So what happened? In order to, so when there is no culture, what happens? Barbarism comes, animalism comes in. So when animals, so someone has to know that should be stopped. So what happened eventually when the disconnection happened? The other religions sprang up. That's how nature works. If you have strong desire, then you are given based on your quality of desire. Nature supports. Nature gives you food. Nature gives you money. Nature gives you pleasure. Nature also gives you religion. So these religions sprang up. 2000 years before Christianity. Maybe little earlier than that was Judaism. And sometime in the further late, what's name? Actually, Islam is actually an offshoot of Christianity. They're called Abrahamic religions. Abraham is the one who is the connection between Islam and Christianity. Abraham is called Ibrahim in Islam.
Yeah, yes.
So,
Yes,
so that's how they sprang up, and definitely they were, Jesus Christ was empowered. He tried to spread the love of God, but people were not. What is that? They are not very advanced. Jesus Christ says in one place in Book of John, "I know so many things, but you are not ready to hear." And second thing is, if you see Islam also, Prophet Muhammad was involved most of the life, most time of his life in the battles only, in the wars and battles. So that's why the religion is very strict. Why? He was engaged in battle all the time. So when you're engaged in battle, you need to have that mentality. What is that? Do namaz this many times.
Yes,
So But of course, when a war is over, you don't need to follow the rules of the war, right? So anyway, the thing is that how though God is one, there is different religions sprang up. However, similarity is there. You should know that. There are commonalities and there are some similarities and minute differences. You know, for example, the first commandment of God is what? Love God with all the might. No, you love God. That's the first commandment. You know, Krishna says in Gita, what is that? Surrender. You know, surrender. Saradharman Babir Patyatyam Mamekam Saranam Vraja. You know, the word Islam means surrender actually. You know, La ilaha illallah. God is one, God is supreme controller. Allah means merciful, Jehovah means merciful, Allah means supreme controller. You know, Krishna, same person. Krishna means all attractive. Or if you have a little power, if you're a controller, you become attractive. If you're very merciful, you become attractive. Attraction in Sanskrit is called Krishna. Same person. So if you obey God's laws, you'll go to heaven. Or Jannu or Jannat, you'll go to hell. Same thing in Asa, in 5th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. You know, if you obey, if you purify yourself, then you'll go back to Godhead, the spiritual world. Or we'll go to hellish regions. So more or less every religion speaks of a surrender. Krishna, of course, Vedic culture, you know, we say that. What is that? Pocket dictionary and Chambers, 20th century Chambers dictionary. If you see the word beauty, you'll get the same meaning. But the Chambers dictionary is big. There are so many words. 2 + 2 is mathematics. Engineering calculus is also mathematics. So what is it? We have 108 Upanishads. Bible was written by 12 apostles, mostly John. But in our case, the Vedas were the breathing of Supreme Lord Krishna. Tene Brahmrodaya Adikavaye Mishyanti Yat Surya. Nobody wrote them. Because Vedas first time scripted them. So if you are actually following Bhakti Yoga, means you are doing PhD in realism. Especially ISKCON, it'll take you towards Shraddha to Prema. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, you know, inspiration is on 4 levels. Fear. If you don't worship God, you'll go to hell eternally. Hare Krishna. You'll go to hell eternally. That is one type of inspiration, causing fear. Some people will take it up because of that. The second thing is worshipping God out of desire. Indians. You know, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this, I'll worship. Third is a little better. Second is better than the last one. Third is even better than the second one and first one. What is that? Worshipping God out of duty. My Lord, you take care of everyone. Take care of me also. Wow, it is my duty to serve you. There are responsibilities coming in, but the last one is the highest. Worshipping God out of love. There's Lord Chaitanya's teachings. That ISKCON teaches that. When you understand your relationship with Him, you will love Him. Love means service without expectation. Now, those of you all have paid children, right? You don't expect anything from your children. Remove your children and put Krishna there. That is love. Means you don't ask anything from Krishna, but in turn, instead you serve Krishna without expectation. That is love, pure bhakti. That's what we teach. ISKCON teaches that. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhu. Thanks, Prabhu.
I think we'll end it there. Yeah. Anyone has anything else? Otherwise, we'll end it.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
So we'll continue with the last 3 reasons. And then